This is Ashwin Rao. Today's video brings you a new makeup that I received from emerging Chinese shoemaker Luosjiet. These are machine welted shoes that are essentially the lower cost alternative brand of XBXS Boots Factory, for those of you who are familiar with that emerging brand that arrived on the scene about 2 years ago. Luosjiet aims to position itself at a lower price point comparable with brands such as Grant Stone or Parkhurst, whereas XBXS Boots Factory prices themselves at a level closer to, say, Viberg or Alden. This pair of Luosjiet boots, I actually paid full price, and it's because I was really curious about this makeup. Here is the pair of boots that I received. This is their 1940 style military service boot. And what struck me about this was the unique profile that I had not seen before, with a slightly upturned nose, a slightly more robust vamp and toe box area here, and this unique side paneling to the edge of the shoe that leads to the facing. So this is essentially a replica of a 1940s era military service boot. Now there's a variety of different styles that reflect the eras and the countries of origin from which military style service boots originated, and as you can imagine. Now Luosjiet does cut on costs by using just a single leather outsole, which has welting that you can see right down here. This is a Goodyear welted process that you can see. The quality of the leather and the sole material and the detail quality manufacture is quite high. This is a Dr. Sole non-slip rubber sole. It's an oil resistant sole, and you can see it has a raw cord finish. The leather that is used here is a fine rough out leather that comes from a German tannery. Now the tongue here is made from a black colored leather that actually has this unique grain structure that I thought was really beautiful. I'd love to see them use this side of the leather to create some boots. But you can see if you flip this leather, it has the same texture as the remainder of the boot, just a different color. This boot has 8 eyelets that you can see here with a color that matches the upper leather. You can see this contrast stitching done in 3 rows on the back heel counter with no seam down the middle, so it's a very nicely lasted boot. You can see the clean design without a pull tab for this boot, so it might be a little bit more challenging to pull on. And this unique side paneling, which has a straight edge rather than the more typical curved edge that you see for military style service boots. This shoe has a fairly rounded, broad last, slight asymmetry with a slight banana shape to the edge of this sole here. And if you turn the shoe on profile, you can see that it has a bit of toe spring as well as a fairly spacious toe box with a medium instep. And the makeup with this German rough out dark brown leather also found quite appealing. This is a veg tan full grain leather outsole, and that the footbed is also a veg tan leather. There's no midsole on this particular shoe, so just keep that in mind in terms of break-in. There's a little bit of this discoloration from what I suspect is some cementing done to initially attach the outsole to the remainder of the body of the shoe here. So that will likely come off over time, but it's just something to note when you're considering the brand. A little residue from that oil, which I'm sure I can brush out. I do think that the quality of this leather is pretty high. It has a nice fine nap, and it's not too prone to showing finger marks or things like that. This is a heavy shoe, and it feels really well and ruggedly built. I do like this style, and while I might not be familiar with other makers who manufacture this style, I think they've done a nice job to create this boot with an identity of its own, combining this unique spacious last with fairly large toe box and a slight toe spring. That said, Luosjiet's doing really nice things. This pair retailed for $399. I paid full price for this pair. I did receive the last model from Luosjiet complimentary, which was my indie mock toe clone. From a standpoint of value, I think that this particular model, as well as Luosjiet in general, fall comfortably within the price point of brands such as Parkhurst or Grant Stone. Now, Parkhurst is largely made in Spain, and Grant Stone are also boots made in China. I believe that the stiffeners used for the heel and the toe on these boots are synthetic, as opposed to Grant Stone, who uses leather stiffeners, so keep that in mind. But for $399, you're getting a really good deal here. You can choose different leathers for similar styles that can bring the price down to closer to $300, and they have boots priced for as low as $190. So a wide range of high quality footwear offered by Luosjiet. All in all, really elegant offering, and one well worth considering. So Luosjiet, give them a look. Hope you're doing well. Take care and goodbye.